Hi Aquarius, welcome to Higher Source Tarot for your weekly tarot check for the week of June 14th through June 21st. So for those of you that celebrate, it is Flag Day to Father's Day. So I hope you're all staying well. I really appreciate the support of the channel and watching the readings, liking, commenting, subscribing. I so appreciate that. It raises our collective. You know, when we focus on things that we like and we put positive stuff out there, it always returns. If you're new here, I'd love to have you as a subscriber. If you tap the bell, you'll be notified when new videos are posted, but it's generally every week. So if you don't want the notifications, you can always check back, typically on Fridays. But I will be posting a mid-month tarot reading. That'll be coming up I think on Monday, and it'll be more in depth. It's the monthly and mid-month are Celtic Cross, so they're definitely more in depth. But it's nice just to have these little weekly readings to get your energy aligned and to see too. Tarot is a great tool for avoiding pitfalls. I'm going to get going here in a minute, 'cause sometimes people don't like it when I talk a lot. But I've had readers say, you know, somebody said, "Oh, that didn't happen." But they were aware of something and they were able to navigate around it. So they used the tarot exactly as it's intended, even though the outcome, they avoided a conflict by utilizing it. So the outcome didn't have conflict because of it. So let's just get some guidance here. Guidance, please, for Aquarius. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Guidance, please, for Aquarius. Here we go. Feels good. Yeah, I like to talk. That's never going to change. At least it's about something related to tarot, though, right? All right, here we go. We go Sunday to Sunday. You've got the Seven of Cups here on Sunday and the Four of Wands on Monday. Tuesday, you've got the Hermit, and Wednesday, the Page of Swords. Thursday, you have the King of Pentacles. Friday, you have the Four of Cups. Saturday, you have the Death card. And Sunday, you've got the Six of Wands. So the phrase, "you must die to be reborn," comes in. There's an interesting flow to this, because it's like there's some fantasizing and daydreaming going within and transformative energy overall. I don't see any huge conflicts or anything like that. It just feels more like a very introspective week for some of you. So you have Virgo here, you have water, you have Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. You do have Scorpio too in the Death card. And you have certainly fire, and you've got all the elements. So you begin here with the Seven of Cups. And like I said, there could be some visualizing here. Some of you may even be engaging in some practices to visualize, like vision boards and creating a map for yourself. I get that for somebody. They're like trying to create their life map and looking at where they want it to take them. This card can be about disillusionment, but I don't see anything around it that really supports that. It's more about, I feel in this reading, it's more about having choices, and there's a lightness about it. There's sort of this lightness about just looking at life, and I don't feel like there's anything that's really anchoring you or holding you back. That's what I get. You're not being held back by things. You're ready to let go of something, though. I do feel that coming through. So on Monday, you've got the Four of Wands, and this is a celebration, okay? They're celebrating. They're rejoicing. So for some of you, like I said, when you let go or you're ready to let go of something, it's going to be a time of rejoicing. And you may have the universe let go of it for you. For somebody here, you may have a job change. And it doesn't feel particularly scary, though. It's not like a tower kind of a thing. It's more like some kind of transition, and it feels a lot better. Like the whole area that you're in is more comfortable. It's more geared towards your creativity. There's just a very fun atmosphere around you. It feels very nice. Now, again, this can also be about a relationship and being more committed, especially, I think, as we move through the pandemic and are able to get back to being out into society. There's a part of you that I feel like there's sort of a push-pull with it. It can move a relationship farther, for sure. I feel that. But there's a little bit of hesitation. Somebody here and it may be who you're dealing with. They may be a Virgo hermit homebody. Like that may be the hesitation, like the other half is not wanting to do that as much as you might want to be. Because Aquarius does tend to like to be in groups and be kind of the life of the party. So you've got, on Tuesday, you've got the Hermit. And again, this is about withdrawing from society, but not humanity, okay? The Hermit's a shaman. And when you see this, it is your guides telling you you're on the right path. So if you have a change that happens, it's going to be fortuitous. It's going to be fortunate for you. There's, stability here. There's thoughtful decision-making happening around you and in regard to you, but you're definitely going through a transition because you've got the Death card and the Hermit, and these are both about transitions. So it can be a time to go within for sure. Now with the Hermit, sometimes the Hermit has a real tendency towards self-criticism, so be aware of that. Just kind of take a breather and know that you're being guided here. So, if you're with somebody too and they need a little bit of time to reflect and just sort of get their bearings, that is also okay, So you've got, this is a card too of maturity. It's interesting because it's right next to the Page of Swords. You've got the Hermit and the King of Pentacles, which are both mature energies. And then you have this feisty Page of Swords. I do get a bit of a lusty energy with this for some reason. So with some of you, I don't know if you have somebody that comes around you that's kind of flirty and you're in something or you're talking to somebody and you've got this flirtatious thing that comes through this week. It will be better. The cards are showing me it's better to ignore it than to engage in it, just because you might find yourself in hot water that you don't want to be in for something that was not worth it. I'm not getting affair, I'm just getting disrespect, I guess, is the best way to say that. And you could be on the other shoe, too. I mean, the other foot. You could have somebody around you that does this, and it really pisses you off. But I feel like it's more coming towards you, where somebody's kind of flirty and they kind of show up, and it's just best to be deflected and ignored. Yeah, interesting. So, you don't have to apologize for something you didn't do, okay? That also comes into my head, so be aware of that this week. Thursday, you've got the King of Pentacles, and this is wonderful guidance. It's somebody that is mature, who gives great advice, who, is very practical, very grounded energy. They've got both feet planted firmly on the ground. Could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You certainly could have a Virgo in your life here with the cards that are around the Hermit. But this person is, they're here to guide you, like I said. And with Father's Day, too, coming up for those that, have a father that they have a relationship with, that could certainly be them in making plans around celebrating that person. But you definitely, too, have prosperity here. There's financial security with this card. For some of you with a job change, it's going to bring a nice secure feeling, like you're not going anywhere and that you can keep going in what you're doing. Now you've got this Four of Cups on Friday, and I mentioned before, there's an offer here, but there's also those 3 cups standing. So if you have somebody that comes in, or if somebody messages you or some crap like that, I would be turning the other way. It just keeps coming through that there's something in this week that's not being true to a relationship. And it's not like, it's kind of a low level thing, but it's just not good to have, in a relationship. I even worked with somebody, he was married, and there was a secretary that called everybody honey. And it was everybody. It didn't really have anything to do with him, but he actually asked her not to. He just didn't like that, I guess, with being married. And I mean, that was to an extreme though, but it's like something like that where I feel like you're going to have to set a boundary with somebody. So Saturday, you've got the Death card here, and this is where the Rider-Waite deck can kind of scare people off. I don't get anything about a physical death for anyone in this. Occasionally I do, but not today. It's with this card, it's letting go to make way for new. So for some of you too, if you've had some challenges in your family, it would be a good day to set those aside and just let a new beginning happen. But you got a new self is coming forward here. And so for some of you too, if you are the one that had the flirtation around you, you may find that by doing something you might not normally have done, by ignoring it or even being more direct and telling the person they weren't interested, you're not interested, you may find it's a turning point and brings you closer in your relationship. It really, there's a turning point here for you. But it's transformative, and it's definitely that there's something good coming into your tomorrow because of this. And here you go. You've got victory and success on Sunday. You know, you're leading the parade. There's a lot of people around you, and they're in awe of you. They're celebrating you. So for some of you, you have a celebratory energy around you on Sunday. And I feel like it comes, I can feel it going right into the next week. It's really a nice card to end on. Did I call it the Seven of Wands? I meant to say the Six of Wands if I did say the wrong one, but it's Six of Wands. It's just, again, all about victory and just feeling good. You're feeling good about how you look, about just life is taking a turn, and it really is nice energy. So for those of you that are looking to attract more love into your life, we'll close with this oracle card to do just that. Be authentic, be real and true to who you are and how you feel. So, you know, again, with the Six of Wands, this card can too be about seeking attention, liking attention, but I feel like Forever has some sort of questionable attention on them. They do a nice job of deflecting it. We're going to close on Money and the Law of Attraction here by Abraham Hicks. It is not my role to make others happy. It is not your role to make others happy. It is your role to keep yourself in balance. When you pay attention to how you feel and practice self-empowering thoughts that align with who you really are, you will offer an example of thriving that will be of tremendous value to those who have the benefit of observing you. You cannot get poor enough to help poor people thrive or get sick enough to help sick people get well. You can only uplift from your position of strength and clarity and alignment. So know yourself and you'll know the universe, that is for sure. Great reading for you guys, Aquarius. I do love you very much, and I'll be back again soon.